Welcome back to Cybersecurity Today. I'm Emily Hashi. My next guest is the CEO of Blueclone Networks. He is a business tech advisor and a best-selling author. Welcome, Milan Baria. Milan, welcome to the show.
Thank
it's
you.
good to
Thank
see
you.
you. How are you doing today?
I'm well.
Good. So before we get into cybersecurity issues and sort of talking about that stuff, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company and who you are, what you do?
Sure. So as you mentioned, I'm CEO of Blueclone Networks. We're a cybersecurity and IT services company located in Princeton, New Jersey. I got started in the early 90s playing around with technology, eventually working for some tech consulting firms, where I then moved to pharmaceutical, and then eventually to a NOC and a multi-billion-dollar internet service provider. So I had a wide range of experience as far as technology goes. I've seen the advancements, I've seen the changes and the challenges, and that led me to Blueclone Networks.
That's great. So I know that you've worked with a lot of clients in the past and you've dealt a lot with their cybersecurity issues. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the things that you've seen in the past, the problems that you've dealt with, how you've handled them.
Well, quite frankly, we're pretty lucky because all of our clients have never been compromised by a cybersecurity attack.
Great news.
But I can talk about one that I've seen recently was a local business who, they were a large accounting firm, and there was an attacker who gained entry to their network. They were in there for 3 or 4 months before the company found out.
Oh, wow.
Eventually, the hacker had sent an email to the CFO saying, listen, we have the keys to your network. I'm going to encrypt your network if you don't send me X amount of dollars. The CFO said, we don't have that kind of money. So the attacker actually sent the CFO last month's financial statement and says, you guys have plenty of money. Ended up locking the entire network and eventually ended up paying the ransom.
So they got access to everything?
They had access for 3 months before the company even found out.
Oh my gosh. And then did you end up engaging with those people and helping them out?
We did. Unfortunately, we could not unencrypt all their information, but we got them on a new path forward, clean, secure, and they're happy.
That's great. So how does something like that happen? Like if you were going to advise our viewers, what can they do to protect themselves? What can they do to protect their data and their business like that?
Well, there's some simple steps they could take. Passwords are the biggest problem right now in cybersecurity. That controls the keys to the kingdom, databases, websites, bank accounts, ATMs, and everything. So protecting your passwords is number one. Change them often, use complex passwords. If you can, set up multi-factor, which is, you put in your password and your phone gets a ding and you put in the PIN. Those 3 things alone will put you in a much better position than using the same password that you use for all your accounts.
So different passwords. What about password managers?
Password managers are great. They definitely simplify things. But again, if someone gets the password to your password manager, then you're still compromised, right? So make sure if you use a password manager to set up that multi-factor authentication, you should be in shape.
Okay, that's great. So I know that hackers and cyber attackers, they're always changing things up. They're always trying new things. What do you kind of see coming down the pike right now? What new things are happening? What new attacks are you seeing?
Well, we went from these criminals attacking large corporations like hospitals and enterprise to now small business, because they know small business, they're not really taking the steps they need to protect themselves. I don't know why. Maybe it's a lack of knowledge. Or
maybe they don't think they're going to be a target.
I think that's also a big factor. But we're starting to see that since these enterprises, they're putting in all this technology and the personnel to protect themselves, the small businesses aren't. Now they're going right to the small business. And it's just a numbers game. They'll scan the internet, maybe a couple hundred businesses, find 2 or 3 that are open, and then that's their target.
So really anybody is threatened, right? Everybody needs to be careful of this because anybody can be a target.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you'll see it in the news, a lot of municipalities are getting targeted. Every other week you see a municipality getting targeted. So
tell us a little bit about your book, and then tell us how our viewers can get in touch with you if they want to learn more, if they want to talk to you, get your advice.
Sure. So the book is obviously it's on cybersecurity.
You are the number one target.
You are the number one target is the title. It was written by 15 authors across the country, myself being one of them. They were all cybersecurity experts. We got together, we put our knowledge together and wrote this book to help basically small businesses and large enterprise understand the complexity of what's happening today and what they can do to protect themselves.
That's great. So if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to learn about your company a little bit more, where can they go?
They can go to my website and feel free to click on the link to download some free materials. Definitely enter your email address. We'll send you great tips, good cybersecurity awareness training, and some free ebooks.
Thank you so much for coming today. It's been great talking to you.
You're welcome, Emily. Thanks for having me.
Great, thank you. And we will be right back after this message.